What's up, everybody? It's Kid 1.0 here, back with another video today on my anime channel. How long has it been? Like a month, almost a month. I posted my last anime review 1064, 1065, 67, 66, and 67 came out, and I haven't reviewed it. Don't worry, guys, I will, don't worry. But today we're focusing on another topic, a topic I promised we will cover, and that is power scaling videos have arrived on the chat. Clap hands, clap hands, clap hands. But today, I thought I would do something very special with one of the most goated villains in all of anime. My man, Don Quixote Doflamingo. So yeah, it's basically a gauntlet style match. We'll be going through all of the supernova and proving if he's underrated, overrated, or is just power scaled right. Anyway, guys, let's get into the video. And first up that we have for Doflamingo is Juril Bonnie, one of the main focuses of the Egghead Island arc. So this shouldn't be even a contest. If I'm really being honest with you guys, this shouldn't be a contest. This shouldn't even exist. My bigger shadow behind me, this shouldn't even exist because it's a no-diff. Doflamingo basically wipes her with the string and it's game over. We literally saw in this arc that Bonnie needs a lightsaber to go against Vegapunk. Vegapunk, who is just basically mind oriented. He doesn't have any weapons on his body. So yeah, the difficulty that I'm giving to Doflamingo is no diff to low diff between those two, depending, because Julie Bonnie's tech is devil fruit don't work against him, so it's basically useless. So yeah, our next candidate is the next candidate up from the Supernovas to take down Doflamingo. It continues even if Doflamingo loses. Spoiler alert. Even if he loses, it continues, so don't worry. Next up on the list is Beige. Don't think this is like, how can I say this? Don't think this is like the ranking of the supernova. If you want that video, comment down below. I'll put it in, don't worry. Comment it down below if you want that video. I will give it to you. No problems at all. But the way we're starting off is that the Beige is more, I would say, more destructive oriented, DC oriented than AP, if I would say. But his DC is not enough to compete with Doflamingo. He has cannons and guns and people. Those things, A, Doflamingo can control those people. B, cannons were basically useless since the beginning of the story. C, his giant big daddy form, whatever it's called, it won't be enough to stop Doflamingos. Let's say, for example, Doflamingo, his is overheat on Beige. I think that attack is damaging the entire fucking thing. So I don't think he'll be able to compete with Doflamingo. The diff I'm giving to this is low diff, but Doflamingo is not attaining any sort of damage. So yeah, Beige, my man, I love you, but you sadly fall to the man, the puppet master Doflamingo. Up on the list we have Hawkins, arguably the supernova with the most L's, besides counting Luffy and Zoro, with the most L's. More L's than Killer, more L's than Kid, more L's than basically even Law. Less, like Hawkins has lost to so many people in this story. It's actually unbelievable. He might be dead for all we know because of Killer, but I want to say, if let's see, if Hawkins has prep time, Batman prep time, I think he would beat Doflamingo. But this is no prep time. There's no such thing involved as such as prep time. So how I see this going about is that Hawkins will basically try to use a straw man, and his straw man would get obliterated. Like, this thing would get so obliterated, it wouldn't even be funny at all. It wouldn't be even funny. Even like, the straw man got destroyed by a Zoro that did not even use armament haki. Yeah, he used his buff form, but no armament haki. I didn't see any haki from Zoro. So my man Hawkins, he could do some damage, like with those sea prisms. He could do some damage, but I don't think he's winning that fight. So yeah, Hawkins gets loaded. So yeah, Hawkins, the most else out of all of the supernovas, even including Apu. And by the way, Apu is next up. Scratchman Apu. This is, I didn't believe it at first. This is actually kind of tough. So, and by the way, Apu is still losing, don't get me wrong, but there's something I want you guys to get inside of your head. If Apu is as sneaky as he is, which, don't get me wrong, he is sneaky. He does long range like he did against Kizaru, long range, and keeps on attacking Doflamingo constantly. But he could do that, but it depends if Doflamingo is also playing dangerous games like clones and all of that. So Apu does land some damage, but it's, for the first time so far, a mid-diff. I love Apu. Top 5 favorite supernovas excluding Luffy and Zoro. Top 5, but he falls to the heavenly demon known as Don Quixote Doflamingo. Next up on the list is, surprisingly, Drake. Drake is like Hawkins, but he's better. He actually performs and damages the people. Like, he lost against CP Zoro, fair enough, but I think, if you want to rank the Tobiroko, I think he's number 2 out of the Tobiroko. And that's why I think the fights for Doflamingo start getting harder. I think that Drake has a very good chance of defeating Doflamingo, but that fucking awakening is a dangerous thing in his weaponry. Like, if you were to exclude awakening, 60 holy bullets, birdcage, I think Drake has a very good chance of defeating Doflamingo. But that awakening is something else. That awakening made Luffy unable to, like, for a decent amount of time, be unable to damage Doflamingo. Gear 4 Luffy. So yeah, this awakening is an issue. So I give my man Drake mid-diff. He gets mid-diff by Doflamingo. Without awakening, high diff to extreme for Doflamingo. But including that, he gets mid-diff. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next supernova. Arguably my most controversial and most outlandish, probably for most people outlandish, but next on the list is I can't pronounce it. Orouge, yeah. He's next up on the list, and people might riot in the comments. If enough people see this, people might riot in the comments. But so yeah, Doflamingo fought against a Gear 4 Luffy. This Luffy arguably gets more experience and a little stronger. Goes to Whole Cake Island. In Whole Cake Island, before Luffy arrived, Rouge defeated a Sweet Commander. And I want you to think about this. Luffy couldn't defeat a Sweet Commander without the help of Nami. Not to say that Rouge is the same level as the Luffy that fought against Crack and Katakuri. No. Don't get that twisted. But don't forget, a weaker Gear 4 Luffy thrashed Doflamingo with all of his techniques. Don't get angry yet, I'm still explaining. I don't think Doflamingo is commander level. Not even 3rd division commander level. I think He's in the same ballpark as Snacks, the man Orush beat, and in the same camp as like who's who. But I don't think he's touching people like Jack, Cracker, and who else? Like Lucky Roo. He ain't touching them. So, oh my god, this is my hardest decision. I think Rouge wins, but it's an extreme difficulty fight, high to extreme diff. Just because of that birdcage. That birdcage is it's like nonsense, like upon nonsense. It's stupid. Like Fujitora with his meteorite attack couldn't even pierce. I know strings from Doflamingo's normal strings could cut it, but you just gotta respect the birdcage. If Doflamingo doesn't become like an idiot and just uses the birdcage and entraps a Rouge in a small birdcage, it's over. But 16 holy bullets, I think, could get countered by a Rouge. This fight can go either way. That's why I'm saying it's an extreme diff fight. It could go either way. But I have my money on my man, a Rouge. Not because it's black. I just have my money on him. Let's go. If you're if you're in far into this video, don't forget to subscribe, or I'll cut and kill all of your family. Please subscribe. And this is where Doflamingo's L's start to pile up. Next up on the list, Killer. Killer surprised me in the 1-up. From damaging Kaido, like he damaged Kaido arguably more than Luffy's first encounter with Kaido, more than a core organ that Katakuri dodged and didn't want to take attacks for. So yeah, let that sink into your brain. People say that just because Killer didn't take down a commander, he took down Hawkins. I want you to understand in the situation that Killer was in against Hawkins. He couldn't just one-shot the man. The man, he really did in the end, but at the beginning he couldn't one-shot him, specifically because that his captain, if he, let's say, one-shotted Hawkins, Hawkins sure would be dead, but Kid would have suffered immense amount of damage. So yeah, from tanking attacks from Yonkos to damaging a Yonko far superior than a man that one-shotted Doflamingo. So yeah, I would like to say Killer is commander level. Third to second division commander level. Don't get me wrong, he ain't in my top 30, but second to third division commander level. He can probably take on Jack and survive. That's how much I trust Killer to do the job. His captain is a Yonko candidate. He should be at least around division commander level, because come on, he's supposed to be rival to Zoro. In the earlier arc, he was compared to Zoro, and him and Zoro still have to settle the beef. So yeah, the difficulty I'm giving this to Killer, I'd say he mid to high diffs to Flamingo, simply because of that birdcage. That birdcage is an issue to everyone, except for the people who are next on the list. And next upon the list is my man. Let me grab my swords. Ronora, Zoro. Ronora, the minority hunter. Do you guys think that Zoro would take it easy upon Doflamingo because he's white? I don't know. But anyway, this is a slaughter in many more ways than one. First of all, Zoro has conquered Hakikote. He scarred a Yonko, which is more damage than Killer did, which is you can understand where I'm getting with it. Zoro is several times arguably stronger than, I would say there's about 2 to 3 tiers between the Luffy that defeated Doflamingo and the Luffy and Zoro, the Zoro that defeated him. simply because the fact Luffy gets power-ups between arcs. Like Whole Cake Island, he got Snake Man. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Zoro could beat that Luffy, but he's comparable, or if not on the same level, maybe even high, we don't know. But that's the Luffy that is competing with. He is damaging Yonkos, he's taking attacks from Yonkos with broken bones. What else could I say? But simply, it's a low thief. It's a low thief, don't get me wrong. People, the Doflamingo fans are kind of. It's a low thief. Low to mid thief. Let me make it a low to mid thief because they're gonna get angry. Low to mid thief. Simply because of the fact that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki coating, and Conqueror's Haki coating was able to help him defeat King, a person who rivals Katakuri, who is the same level. You know what? I'm gonna make myself go crazy just because of how strong Zoro became in just one act from one power up. So yeah, low to mid thief. But now I don't want to hear anything from the last three. Let's begin. The top three. Up on the list we have Kid. My like I don't know, I'm conflicted. I like Kid. I would say I like Kid more than Law. Pre-time skip. Post-time skip it's Law. But anyway, this kid just annihilates Doflamingo. The bird cage does not matter. Yeah, you could say, oh, conditions, that kid needs this certain condition. Just give my man a little pile amount of metal. He is destroying Doflamingo. And it's not even a fighting contest, to be serious with you. Just because of the simple fact that what was this, the last attack he did on Big Mom, that laser is one-shotting Doflamingo and it's 16 holy bullets, no questions asked. I don't want to hear anything. Pan Clash destroys the bird cage. I don't want to hear anything. Slam Gibson is breaking Doflamingo's neck. Like legit, it's breaking his neck. So yeah, low thief. And even, you know what, I'm not gonna go to that point because people are gonna really write, yeah, Luffy that beat Doflamingo, you are telling me he can get notified. Kid, I want you guys to understand, Kid, Luffy and Law, Zoro, Sanji, Killer got stupidly stronger from the beginning of Wano to the end. It's ridiculous. But low thief, as I say, let's get on to the man who fought Doflamingo in the past. A man who really wants Doflamingo right now. And that is Father Deep Water Law. The man who vowed to kill Doflamingo, to avenge Curl. I messed up my badass moment, but anyway, yeah. This law, guys, I want you to understand that the shockwave is damaging literally everyone in the face. I don't care if you're Big Mom, Kaido, Blackbeard, Gear 5th Luffy, and who else? Shanks. I don't care who you are. It is damaging you. No questions asked. Especially if you are less than first division commander, you ain't surviving. Like, in first division commanders can take one shockwave. I think the majority of them can take one. Maybe some of them can take two, I don't know. But they can only take one. And Doflamingo is not even near first division commander level. So, yeah. I want you to understand, the injection shot did more damage, including also Kid Slam PC, I forgot to mention, did more damage to Kaido than a King Kong gun that is way stronger than the King Kong gun that defeated Doflamingo. The Black Cage, how is it gonna do? Guys, there's something called in this world a puncture wheel. That's destroying the Black Cage, no questions asked at all. So how's he gonna deal with this the long range is awakening? Guys, really, are we debating that Law with his awakening cannot defeat Doflamingo. I don't even think Law needs his awakening to defeat Doflamingo. A Doflamingo that has no awakening, I think it just storms. Because don't forget, one gamma knife nearly killed Doflamingo. One gamma knife. I don't understand why we're still debating this. I'm not saying Kid is weaker and all, but this is just horrible. This is the worst person Doflamingo can face. Low diff. He gets low diff. Low to low diff. Between those two. If Law is serious like he did against Blackbeard, like instant shock when it's game over. It's game over. But the man who defeated Doflamingo is next up. The man who inspired this entire video. And that is Luffy. What else can I say? This Luffy, all I need to say, I want you to look at this. Look at this. I want you to look at this. Luffy clashed and opened the skies with Kaido. Don't forget, this is base form Luffy. No gear second, gear third. Base form. And he's exchanging blows with Kaido. I don't even think Luffy needs like gear second and third to defeat Doflamingo. This is negative diff. This is negative diff if ever I've seen it in my life. Because Doflamingo literally sweated just hearing the name of Kaido. And I don't think he even knows that Kaido is a hybrid form. He just knows base form and dragon form. Luffy punched away Kaido's dragon form in base form. So anyway guys, Luffy just negatives, including also Blackbeard negatives. If you want to include him, he also negatives. So his title, Sun God Nigga. I don't say nigga, nigga, because he's a nigga like us and he's supporting us. Anyway guys, that's the video. I want you to comment down below how you feel about my list. If you want a proper in-depth into how strong is the Supernova or how strong is the First Division Commanders, anything you want, because more videos are coming on this time of the channel. Don't you worry about that. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Kid 1 below signing out. Peace.